Hello, welcome back to the Pharian Raspberry Pi Club. In this video we're going to connect up our Raspberry Pi 3B Plus. So we have the Raspberry Pi 3B Plus there. We have our SD card, which we have either Noobs or the Raspberry Pi operating system that you've already loaded onto there, ready to go. You will need your case if you've got a case. There she is. We've got the keyboard and mouse, which we need. I'm using an HDMI screen here, and so this is, and it has HDMI cable. Obviously we connect up to the HDMI output here. Obviously if you've got a different screen, you may have a different converter on there. We have the power supply, and if you are connecting to wired connection, you will need an Ethernet cable, but we'll deal with connecting to the Wi-Fi when we fire the Raspberry Pi up. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to insert the SD card. Just at some cases you may need to put the Raspberry Pi into the case first, but it is generally a bit easier. I'm lucky this case is a pretty standard one, and you can actually put the card in first. It makes it a bit easier. The card just slips in very gently there. It should just slide in very nicely. Just to note, if you do try to put it in the wrong way, it's not going to work, and if it starts going diagonal like that, don't push it too hard. You shouldn't have to do that. So anything on the computer, really, if you're pushing too hard, if it's not quite going in, it probably means you got it the wrong way around or something. So let's just get it this way round, slip that in, push it in nice firmly but gently. There's the SD card in. Then okay, so then this case comes apart into several bits. If we take it off like that, it just slips in there nicely. You can see the little holes there for the mounting. It just fits into nicely there. You then have this plate here which fits on all very gently, if we can get that nicely on there. And we have this one over here. There we go. That slips there, that slips there, lovely. And this top should go on there nicely and hold it all together. I'll leave the top off for the moment, but as you can see, that just fits on there. Okay, the next thing to do, we can use either of the HDMI, you can use either of the USB 2.0s there for the mouse and keyboard. So let's take our mouse, put that in that one, and our keyboard can go in that one. If you are using a wireless mouse and keyboard, you can just put the little dongle, can go into just one of those. You may need to actually connect the little dongle to a different computer to start off with, and just make sure that the keyboard and mouse are paired on another computer, but then once you put that in there, they should work. Okay, if you're connecting to the Ethernet, this very simply can only go in one way, clips in very nicely there. And so now we need to connect up the HDMI cable. It really is this simple. It goes in to the HDMI port, make sure the right way around, nice and gently. HDMI cable is in. A little bit temperamental, the cables there. And then finally, we're ready to plug the power supply in. This power supply doesn't have a switch, so I won't plug it in until I'm ready to go, but literally it will slip into there. And we're ready to fire this up.